Hi, my name is Makenzie Miller, and I'll be presenting to you on the effects of a self-monitoring intervention on a student's off-task behavior. To start off, we define self-monitoring as the capacity to observe, measure, and evaluate one's behavior against a set of norms. This is done most efficiently in the classroom as it increases independence and promotes behavior change. The two areas studied most of self-monitoring are self-monitoring of attention and self-monitoring of performance. The goal of the study was to get the participant to remain on task efficiently and to continue repeating this behavior for all assignments when intervention stopped. It was hypothesized that with the use of a self-monitoring intervention, it would have a positive effect on his on-task behavior in the classroom. Past research has shown that when a self-monitoring intervention was implemented, on-task behavior rose from 48% to 88%. And when paired with praise or positive reinforcement, it created a positive environment for work and invoked repetition. The participant chosen for this current study was a 7-year-old male student in second grade. He was chosen as the staff pointed him out for having low practices, and it was also observed that he could not pay attention to the work in front of him and had low scores. The setting was an after-school program with an A-B research design implemented. The independent variable in this study was the implementation of a self-monitoring intervention. As shown to the right, it was used in the form of a self-monitoring chart. And the dependent variable chosen was the frequency of on-task behavior that he exhibited in the classroom during each session. A self-monitoring of attention focus was chosen, paired with the self-monitoring chart, as there were specific time constraints in certain class periods, so it was more beneficial to look at attention overall. The self-monitoring chart was implemented every 10 minutes, and there were 3 questions asked. The first was I doing my work at this exact moment? He was to check the smiley face if he was on task and the frowny face if he was not on task. This was used so he could actually see his own on-task behavior. The second question asked was, did I complete this assignment? This was also looked at to see how his completion rose over the period of intervention, and so he can see if he was completing assignments. And the third question asked was, did I understand this assignment? And this was chosen to make sure that he was not just saying he was paying attention, and was actually using attention for the task. And he also was benefited from seeing this. If he was over 70% engaged, he would receive praise from the teacher in a form of extra time, and it showed a positive reinforcement, so he repeated the behavior. The materials used. The researcher used a momentary timetabling chart, as seen in Appendix A, to observe the participant's on or off-task behavior. The participant used the self-monitoring chart on the previous slide, the understanding of the assignment chart shown below, and the questionnaire that was given to him at the end to assess if the self-monitoring chart helped him and if he liked it. And in fact, it did help him and he really enjoyed using it. The results are shown on the graph to the right over the period of 11 sessions. This included 6 baseline sessions and 5 intervention sessions. The mean baseline on-task behavior percentage was 30.3% with a standard deviation of 6%. And the mean intervention session was 68.8% with a standard deviation of 8.4%. The range overall was from 25% to 81% when intervention stopped. There was an upward trend in the data when the intervention stopped, and there was low variability as the highest baseline point was lower than the lowest intervention data point. The data supported the main hypothesis as shown on the previous slide. It was also assessed in the study the accuracy of the researchers' marks matching the participants. This was seen as low at 81%, but the last 3 sessions he matched the researcher 100% of the time, which was noted. If he did not match the researcher's mark, he was reminded what on-task behavior looked like. There were a few limitations when this study was being conducted. First of all, we were in the middle of a pandemic, so there was many issues that arose with that. There were many days where the researcher could not attend due to health scares from themselves, and there were also many days where the subject could not participate as he was sick. There was also a time period where the specific setting shut down for 10 days. Another problem was the small class sizes due to the pandemic. This was seen as an issue because it could have affected his attentional behaviors if there was the normal larger class sizes seen. There were many strengths to this study. The participant understood how to use the chart as a result at the end of the study, which allowed him to monitor his behavior overall in the classroom. This helped him at the end as it showed better productivity for himself with all of his assignments. His scores rose, and he was able to efficiently use the chart. This also is a strength as better productivity was shown with young subjects all over. There were many implications with the study. First, it was concluded that with the use of a self-monitoring chart, his overall function improved, which can improve his overall function elsewhere beyond the classroom. He also had a very positive relationship with homework after the intervention stopped, which is a very good thing for a young subject. And it helped all subjects around him as he was not getting out of his seat or affecting everybody else's attentional practices. Future research should look at younger subjects and its effectiveness, as it has shown in my subject that his scores rose dramatically and he liked the use of a self-monitoring intervention. With looking at younger subjects, it could help add data to current and past research. Self-monitoring charts are also very reliable, and they are very easy to use, as a second grade male was able to use it. It is concluded that a self-monitoring intervention is a very good intervention to use in the classroom, as it can help attentional practices for not just the subject being studied, but all subjects around the classroom. And these are my references. Thank you.